What makes Right Recruit better than hiring a negotiator directly? Ultimately, working with a recruiter as a hiring manager, as an employer, is not so much a cost, and you should not look at it like that. You should look at it as a partnership. Ultimately, you want to grow. In order to grow, I feel like the biggest prerequisite to growth is having the right people. Now, you as a business owner, if you're spending all your time looking to hire yourself, that's a lot of time you're taking away from actually winning new business, right? Especially if you've already got a lot of business that needs to be handled, then recruitment should not be your focus. What should be your focus is growing the business. And growing the business comes from having a partner like us who's able to get you pre-vetted talent, either with real estate experience or without real estate experience, depending on what you want, and support from an agency that has the real estate niche on lock. Do your negotiators handle phone calls and tenant inquiries? Yes, they do. So that's absolutely no problem whatsoever. They can arrange outbound viewings, they can handle inbound queries, they can qualify, follow-ups. We've also recently helped set up an AI inbound inquiry that links directly to WhatsApp. So, there's so much scalability within the estate agency niche / real estate brokerage niche. And if you're not implementing virtual assistants, if you're not even implementing AI alongside a virtual assistant, I feel like you're really, really behind. You could be saving a lot of money, but for money aside, you could be growing a lot faster for sure. Can your negotiators actually handle UK client calls professionally? I'm concerned about accents, tone, and client trust. Absolutely valid question. Great question. Our candidates are trained in UK call handling, objection management, and service etiquette. Many already have UK agency experience. Has this been difficult? Yes. For us, though, the absolute non-negotiable is great English. That can't really be trained. So if the English is not great, then they can't really proceed forward, because we understand the expectations of a client. So that's an absolute non-negotiable. If the English is good, only then does everything else matter. In terms of service etiquette, we have to understand that different cultures, especially from abroad, will not have an insight as to how the UK agency market works or the Dubai agency market works. So that you as the employer and us have a responsibility to train them on, and obviously then it's up to them to follow that. Can a VA handle both admin and customer service at the same time? Absolutely. Multi-skilled VAs can switch seamlessly between roles. Again, it depends on the talent of the virtual assistant, but that can be determined on the hiring stage. But yeah, they should be comfortably able to switch between the two. Can recruits work under our brand and systems? Yes, absolutely. So all recruits operate under your branding, email, phone lines, scripts, CRM, and workflows completely embedded in your agency. Can someone manage our CRM, listings, and progression remotely? Yes, they can. So we place virtual coordinators who manage CRM updates, portal listings, progression chasing, reporting, so KPIs, targets, and client updates. But this would be a specialist role, so don't expect them to do this and something else. Why should I hire through Right Recruit instead of a freelance platform? Look, we guarantee reliability, skill matching, and ongoing support. A hiring platform is going to put you in touch with a plethora of different virtual assistants or candidates. But when you're working with a real estate recruitment specialist, then the conversation is different, the trust is different, the credibility and track record is completely different. It's a whole different conversation. You can go to the freelancing platforms if you want, but if you're serious about growing your business, you'll come to us. how can you build a remote team that runs without me? So the best way to build a remote team that runs without you as an employer, again, it's not easy, but it's all about your the systems that you have, the processes, and your procedures. You must have all of your systems documented. You must have that accessible. You must have that easily implementable, and it must be something that's tracked and has oversight on almost weekly. So please let us know 5 of the most important VAs handling businesses that we've seen. Okay, so firstly, I would say PA. So having a PA who can handle your day-to-day and is in sync with you, that's hugely, hugely important. Number 2, I would say a property manager. So having a property manager who can understand UK rules and regulation, who can understand the properties that they're managing, that's an absolute game changer. Number 3, tenancy admin and finance. That's a big thing. So somebody who can coordinate with tenants, somebody who can take care of renewals, understands compliance, can have an oversight of collection of rent, etc., etc. Very, very important. Number 4, I would say lettings negotiator, because I would say, look, being very honest with you, I would say you can definitely do it remote, but having it in office is better, no doubt. But that's why I've said it's number 4, because it can definitely be done. It's better in office, but I would at the same time recommend having a proportion of your lettings done remotely. So yeah, I'll put that as number 4. And lastly, I would use VAs for new business generation. So new business generation is outreach to potential new clients. So I wouldn't necessarily put them on the end of taking the call, but at least doing all of the work that leads up to the call with you as the business owner or the sales manager. Okay, next question. Is hiring offshore risky for quality control? So, look, we provide onboarding, performance tracking, replacement guarantees, and ongoing management. We also do background checks on the employee before we place them with you. So we check with their previous employer, we have a look at their CV, and before you even get to have an interview with them yourself, we would do a first interview with them. So that's actually one of the unique features of us as an agency. The fact that we're doing an interview with them and presenting that to you after you've seen a CV you like really saves you a lot of time and allows you to know whether or not you actually want to move forward with this person or not. Because a recorded video interview, in my mind, tells you pretty much everything you need to know about that person in terms of attitude, in terms of whether they're compatible for you. In fact, in terms of even general aesthetics, how do they turn up to the interview? So all of these things are so easily identifiable from a video interview, and it will save you a lot of time. So yeah, all of these things are concerns, but they're easily removable.